Stavros Tousios for M4Markets, and we're going to have a quick look on Euro Dollar and Dollar CAD today. We are returning on the Euro Dollar because we have been expecting a kind of a correction here, and this correction came and it failed to go down to the median line of this upside channel, which of course means that it's guiding us to the upside because the trend remains to the upside. But the interesting thing is that we've broken with force above this channel, and we are entering into an accelerated trend. As you can understand, the moment we moved above that level, the chances of moving up to 108 as a double top over here, maybe even triple, and then 109.5 are increasing. If we were to assume this is indeed going to be a 5-wave move, that would be 1 and wave 2, and that would be the 3 over here, and probably that's the 4th. Okay, so look, we have a cluster at 109.5, and then above there, of course, it's the 110 because it's a huge psychological level. So from where we currently are, 106 is a very important major support that we need to stay above, if not above the channel itself, because sliding through the channel again is going to add a little bit more of a mixed bias, if that makes sense. So 106 is a level, 107 is a very short-term level, then you go to 108, which is that top, 109.5, and then 110. But we don't see a divergence, we see a convergence here. We see that? Okay, that means that there is high likelihood that we stay above that trend line. And then, of course, we do the 105 or whatever. That would probably, however, be the last leg to the upside, at least for now. And then we're either going to get a pullback and further continuation, or we're going to reverse. Okay, one or the other, but this is more of a medium-term idea. So down on the 1 hour, we are above the, well, this one doesn't matter too much. I think this one is more important for sure. The 107, and then you go down to, well, to be fair, looking at how impulsive this structure is, 23 and 38, 107 and 106.5. These are the levels to, it's just interesting to see how 50 pips are the actual levels that we see with Euro Dollar most of the time. Over the past few months, I would say we see all these round levels usually working out fairly nicely. Now, Dollar CAD, it's a bit of a different case. We are seeing a rejection at the attempt to the upside, and then a very forceful downside leg. That usually suggests that, there is some sort of reversal at play here, right? But we really have to pay attention because currently we don't really see any divergences or anything apart from the one that really suggests that we might correct to the upside a little bit. We need to pay attention to, in case we start moving up to 134.70, because you guys, as you remember, and as we have been repeating, when there are no overlaps between waves, it means that there is an impulse to one direction. But this impulse, still, it's valid if we see 5 waves coming down. So the overlap, for example, going up in a structure like this wouldn't change the narrative. Okay, what would change the narrative and what would be considered as overlap is if we had 3 waves going down and then 3 waves going up. When you have 5 going down and then 3 up, then most probably 5 is going to come to the downside again. So it's very important in the short term that we pay attention to whether we get a 5th wave, even if it's small or not. For now, we are consolidating, which is very clear consolidation, and we might indeed see a move to the upside towards the 134.30 and maybe even, the 134.70. But if we were to support the idea for further downside, though, that has to stop around the 134.50 or so, and then do one more leg to the downside. Then we can correct and even come and overlap, enter this territory. Okay, it wouldn't matter. It is important to also mention here that when trends accelerate, or legs accelerate more than 100% of the preceding, sort of legs, which is the case here below 134.50, then this is most likely a case where we see, somewhat of a stronger move. So that can go down to 133 before we start moving up again for a potential correction. Okay, so we might get the 5 waves down first, and then do the 3 waves up, and from there continue lower down, which is what we're actually looking to see. If we see something else, then just, remember that there will be more potential for an overlap up to 134.70. If we get the overlap, then most probably, it's going to either stay mixed until we get further clarity or see another upside leg.